Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Be Again Books. I'm Kathleen and I am here today to show you the finished journal that we started decorating this together, but I just had to get it done. And so we will pick up in my decorating process with a different journal after the festival. But I wanted to document this before I take it, and so that's why I'm here today. So I love the colors in this book. Oh gosh, I started, with this recycled kind of a sage green book, and I had to rebuild the spine because it was too narrow. So I rebuilt the spine and sponged some ink on the back, and then I've done this pretty collage here on the front, and added this lace and some velvet ribbon and some vintage baby rickrack. And yeah, so this has 3 signatures. It is 8.5 inches tall and 5 3/8 inches wide. It has a 1 1/4 inch spine to hold the 3 signatures. It has 140 pages. 30 pockets and tucks, and 34 pieces of ephemera. So it is chunky. And I found this beautiful vintage button to use for the closure. It just has this pretty blush pink here on one edge, and it just matches that rose so well. So, and the lovely glass beads. Yeah. So let's go inside and see what I've done. This initial part is very plain because I just wanted to kind of accent this pretty designer paper, and I've done a book plate here for a name. I've left the threads from sewing the button on, I've left those in a bow. I've glued it down hopefully well enough, tied a great knot, and so, but I just left that exposed. So you've seen some of this before in other videos where we started decorating together. Some rickrack or seam binding. It's a bow. It's a book page, Gauguin sculpture. This is one of those through pockets, but I have not glued the bottom, so it actually is, oh my gosh, sometimes it's actually a little belly band kind of thing. Yeah, some book page. Here's this pretty distressed, sanded. It's an image from a gardening book, and then I embossed it, sanded it, inked it, put a little bit of text there. This is some vintage hardware ephemera I can journal on. Book page illustration. Here's a little top tuck, and from a music book. I've just done more of that stenciling here. That journal paper. Here's the center of the signature, and I did some texture paste here. This is a vintage photo, and I don't know what's happened to the paperclip, but I will find that. This just attaches there at the top. The image was just faded to the right colors. Sepia. It's from a 1919 or 1912 photo album. Yeah. Book page. I've just done this kind of a slanted library pocket with a little collage and texture paste. library card, and this is just journal paper, and I have folded it so that there is a layer here, and then I have folded it again so that there's that little waterfall fold. The other side of those book page. Lots of room for journaling. Here's a little bit of a collage there, just as an embellishment. Some stenciling. There is a top tuck and a wish charm. This is one of my vintage Rolodex cards. A little bit of stamping, and I used distress ink and then sprayed it so that it would run and be kind of grungy. This is a really pretty parchment paper. Book page. Here's a junk mail envelope. A dyed journal card there. Fiber there, some fiber here. A vintage prescription, plenty of room to journal on the back. This is one of those fold over strip pockets. I think we made that together. Yep, when I demonstrated that pocket pattern. Some vintage note paper and a receipt. Here's the envelope that we did. Hand-dyed journal card there. There is not anything in the pocket. You've seen some of this before in other videos. I really love this peach and green color. Green is my favorite color. I love it with that pinky peach. Here's this debossed paper. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not. It's very subtle. This is an image, I think Janie B journals. Yeah, just made a journal card. I just thought the colors matched really well. Some fiber through there. Flip out. This is from a vintage needleworking magazine, craft magazine. Here's this pocket that we made together. Some vintage ledger. And here's the pocket I said was going to be the next tag template pocket pattern. Yeah, and we'll do it. We just won't do it with this one. Had to get done. Sorry about that. Some vintage onion skin. This is an altered paper clip. Just have put on this page. Some vintage stationery and some more ephemera. This was a music page that I folded up and just put a little bit of washi tape there to embellish. Honey brunch tea ring. Yum, that sounds good. And vintage check blank. Another stamp. This is a double pocket. another folded journal paper. Let's see if I can get that in. There we go. Another part of that Janie B. Some of that pretty antique lace, and yeah, just slide that in there. Vintage stenographer's notebook. Put some fiber through. This is another altered paper clip, and it's holding this kind of a coin envelope. I just folded it differently into the coin envelope shape, but that's on that in the center there. And this is from Stacy's Stories, the ephemera kit. Here's one of the collar pockets. Just a little side tuck, and the flyleaf from a book to journal on. Another piece from Stacy's ephemera kit. Pretty little diagonal belly band, and I've just made this journal card paper and used some Tim Holtz die cuts. I've just used the same stencil throughout to kind of bring some unity. And here at the end again is this pretty sponging with ink, and that's the end. Thanks so much for being with me, and I hope you got some ideas from there, and we will pick up the decorating in another journal. Thanks very much for being with me. We'll see you again.